So we are getting closer and closer to finally getting access to the complete story with all the protagonists. We have Renya's prologue left, and then we have NENJI, which he is actually nowhere to be found. No idea when his story is gonna actually show up where we can unlock it, and it's kind of wild to me still that it's NENJI to be the last one. Like, I don't have any reason to be mad about that. Like, there's no, I have no like affinity for anyone to be the last one or the most important one, but we did find out in Tomi Kisaragi's that he may know more than what I had initially assumed, because his dad works at Shikishima, and so it seems like maybe his story will give a little bit more light on that whole organization in general, and I think that's going to be a big part of kind of cracking this whole mystery wide open. In the long run, I was thinking about this the other day. I have no idea what I'm even trying to figure out. Like, perhaps I should just let this be a story. Perhaps I should just let them tell me the story as it goes on. But I had to make it some sort of mystery. I had to turn the game into a mind game. Like, no one told me I had to do that. So, you know, I feel like I just played myself more than anything else. More than I played 13 Sentinels. But anyways, now that we're here waiting to get into Renya's story, I think maybe we'll go see if there's a mystery file that we can unlock for him. I do only have 1 point left, so we gotta make it a good one. Oh, I don't know if I actually have any good ones that might even be related to him. I'm thinking, okay, so he's not really directly related to androids, but that's the only one that is even insinuating any of the androids. And my thing is that I don't, like, what if people around me right now are androids? Like, I would have no idea. I mean, a gas explosion could be a good one because they're definitely using that as a cover-up. What if I did Bankara? Because I actually have no idea what that means. I'm not sure if that was like a location we had talked about before. And I'm not sure how it's going to really play into the story so far, if at all. Alright, so I think what we'll... Unknown, really. I'm thinking we unlock the android. Mostly, I'm nosy. And I want to know. So, wherever she went, there you go. Tamao android. Plus, we have seen a lot more of Tamao lately. Interesting, because within Yuki's story, Tamao is showing up and following her around, and claiming to be Erika Aiba. And then that's also the first, actually it's not the first story that Renya shows up in, but he does show up in that one, and I think also unlocked from that story. Is there a connection there? Very, like, 8 degrees of a connection, but we'll open it anyways. An android that looks like Tamao Karabe. It was developed by Tetsuya Ida, and Tamao's memories were transplanted into it. So if she is an android, she would still know everything that's going on. So she wouldn't actually be convinced that she's Erika Aiba. I don't know if that's important. Probably not. I'm definitely starting to grasp at straws. I'm realizing. I've also gotten to the point where I'm making theories that are contradicting other theories, and it's just, my brain hurts, y'all. My brain very much hurty. Alright, let's go take a look at some of Renya Goto's event archive, because like I said, he hasn't really been in a lot, so I'm not sure what all they plan to say about him. But the Sentinel infection incident, his starts from here? The full-scale invasion of the kaiju has begun. While on defense, the Sentinels start going haywire. Thanks to Chihiro Morimura's quick decision-making, they're able to force transmit the Sentinels to safety, but not before suffering heavy losses. 1985 nostalgia. Tomi Kisaragi, originating from 2025, is excited about the unusualness of how things looked in 1985. Renya Goto tells her that she is to attend Sakura High School of this era. New old building. Natsuno Minami and BJ shift to Sakura High School of 1945. Just as she expresses her awe in seeing the brand new old school building, the two of them hear voices and hide. They learn from a conversation between a male and female student that a weapon lies at Ayame Pass. The pilot's mark. Yuki Takami is able to sneak into the Shikishima docks, but is met by Ryoko Shinome and Renya Goto. There, a mark she doesn't recognize appears around her collarbone. They reveal that she, too, has a connection to the Sentinels. Asked by Renya Goto, Jiro Kurabe and Iori Fuyusaka clean up the science room. After putting down the beakers that Fuyusaka asked him to put away, Kurabe tells Fuyusaka about the shootout dream he had. Megumi Yakishichi calls Renya Goto out to the passageway of the school building. She then shoots the very first witch of with her magical gun, beginning the fulfillment of her contract with Fluffy. According to him, those shot with the magical gun have hazy memories around the shooting. And what were we thinking that the shooting does? I think it was like stopping their ability to really call the Sentinels, I think, because that's our biggest hint is with Keitaro, because he was shot by Megumi and really couldn't figure out why he couldn't call his Sentinel, but then Jiro was able to. And I think right now where I'm landing, what I'm thinking is that all of them are from the distant future, and there are like different iterations in different timelines, but I think in general everything that happened that like stemmed all of this, I feel like it has to be the far future, right? Because basically because of the subject matter of Sentinels and stuff and time travel, it's gotta be more of a futuristic story. And then like if anything or if anyone was existing in the past, it's because they were jumped at some point and maybe they just didn't remember it, so they've been existing there. Kind of like an interesting thing to that point also is that specifically with Megumi's story, Megumi and Tomi, so we know that they were both in 2025. They're walking and they saw a sentinel land in the river, and that was their first experience. And so they should have, you know, from the way that like if it feels like the story goes from there, they should have both traveled to 1985 together. But I think in someone's event files it said that Megumi was a childhood friend, and Tomi's kind of getting in, is like more hinting that she is new to the school now as of this year. So what is the deal with that? Was she like on was she on like an assignment and so she didn't have to go to school, and Megumi has just been like in Sakura watching Jiro this whole time? Like this whole time. Maybe. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and get started with Renya's story. I'm so scared. I really thought this would have been last, if anything, because he seems to have the most information. He's pulling the strings out here. So it's crazy that he's not the first one or the last one that's going to get unlocked. The story of Renya Goto. Final battle a few weeks earlier. Sakura High School science room.
What do you think you're doing, Goto-kun? I believe I told you using the gate is prohibited.
Okay, so Morimura, I also kind of, again, another assumption more than anything else, is that Morimura is in charge for this time period, but it seemed more like Ida was running things with like the period that Ryoko and A were in Ryoko's prologue.
Tell me, Miss Morimura, is history one of your better subjects? I have some theories myself. I'd like to know if they're accurate. For example, the true location of the lost nation of Yamataikoku, and the truth behind the Honnouji incident, how Oda Nobunaga really died. Unfortunately, my paper in middle school was bound to the failures of our historians. In theory, I could update it into a full
Are those
report.
actual historians? Japanese figures in history?
In theory, at least. A shame that the gates are locked to specific points in time.
What are you really working towards?
It's simple. I want to know the truth.
Renya? Does that mean he knows nothing? I'm sorry, excuse me, but did I not just say Renya the one who knows the most, and you're telling me he doesn't even know? I put my faith in you, guy. Okay.
Are you all right? This isn't like you.
That implies an understanding of what is like me.
Who is me?
Or at least, that you believe you understand me.
When is me?
That's not the point. You need to stop using the gate. I'm going to seal this place off.
Wait, is this also a gate? I thought the shrine was, I guess, the only one.
Sounds like you've got something to hide.
I don't know what you're...
Wait,
That giggle, though.
perhaps a personal notebook seems a bit archaic,
Oh,
but it does present certain advantages.
his is going so fast. Okay.
Digitized data can be altered, fabricated, falsified.
What is he about to accuse
No
her of?
intelligent person should trust it.
Please, can you go send a little texty text to Ryoko and tell her that? Oh, you can't. It's 1985. Texting doesn't exist yet. Carrier pigeon, perhaps.
But you already know that, don't you?
Digital stuff can be falsified. I feel like the only digital records we have are the messages that like A and Ryoko send to each other.
You are acting strange, after all.
I hardly think you're in a position to talk. If anyone's changed, it's you. I can only wonder why.
What are you?
Miss Morimura, my question is,
Ah.
who exactly are you?
I was gonna say, please don't stop there. Oh my god, not 2104.
So, did the scout unit have anything for us?
Well, the surface is a total loss. The automated factories are all running at full capacity.
They're mass-producing kaiju.
They. Shikishima?
Hey, getting used to everything?
The technology itself isn't so different from 40 years ago. The real surprise was finding that it's all been integrated into one unified system.
You sure don't seem like someone from your time.
That shocked me too. That also, you know, me and him, same page.
How are things looking?
About like we expected.
Naturally.
All the nuclear plants are stable. Seems like it's the same for other countries too.
Defensive measures. They want to ensure nothing interrupts production.
Automated factory's been added. Dang it, I can't just consider it.
So, these factories, are they particularly large?
It's more about how they got totally automated. That was back in 2080. They started functioning as part of a network instead of individual units.
A worldwide network comprising 1.2 billion factories. All fully integrated and synchronized. Based on a client's request, the computer designs a blueprint. From there on, everything is fully automated. Assembly, production, even cost-effective ordering of parts. The human element was no longer necessary for those processes.
So it's a manufactory that can mass produce anything on a global scale.
Goto-kun, are you holding up?
These grand revelations don't really faze me anymore.
Oh, wait, did I consider this on its own?
They all function as part
There
of
you
a
go.
unified global manufacturing network. By its protocols, all 1.2 billion factories worldwide remain in automatic, perpetual production. And their sole output are these mechanized kaiju, which we know as the D-forces.
Daimos?
We checked on the plants in Kolkata and Chennai.
Since they're the largest plants of this era and all.
Their production rate has doubled over the last 3 days.
Just like last time. The timing matches up too.
Not long now. They'll make their move soon.
The timing matches up. So this event happens in every time period. But then what is it about it loops and humanity is destroyed? Because, like, if it ends in 1985, then how does it go all the way to 2104? I think is where we're at.
Morimura-san, regarding my home time, that is the year 2064, you're certain we'll face a similar attack?
We don't have long until they appear in 2064.
I can't remember what they said about 2060, but 2064, but we're definitely in 2100.
That much we know. It'll be just like last time.
Just like last time.
No, not quite. This time, we have the Sentinels.
Oh,
True.
this is our first Sentinel
Anything on your end?
outing?
Loosely speaking.
We managed a partial data dump from the underground mainframe. Goto-kun?
It's an archived news report concerning a certain scandal. More important, though, is its date of recording.
When's the data from?
The year 2188.
Oh,
In other words, far in the future. Even more so than our current temporal position, 2104.
Let's see it.
future scandal. Tell me more. Oh, okay. I wanted to guess what it was, but it's okay. How would I possibly know?
Before dawn on the 20th, 8 Newman Inc. executives were taken into police custody, charged with human trafficking and illegal cloning.
Oh. Oh, what? Illegal cloning? Human trafficking? Also,
Their established motive was to tamper with human memories. Authorities consider this an organized effort and are pursuing further charges. Mind-hacking crimes have been on the rise in recent years.
mind hacking crimes.
By exploiting nanomachines such as interlocutors,
Nanomachines.
malefactors can overwrite stored memory information in cerebral synapses.
Brother.
This technique has recently been used to enable other associated offenses. These arrests come after a string of similar cases, including culprits criminally downloading memories onto another body. Evidence suggests these are attempts at a kind of technological reincarnation. And we've already seen more than 460 arrests connected to this practice.
A log concerning the scandal involving Newman Inc.
Newman Inc.
The report is dated 2188. Some of their executives were taken into police custody. The crime in question was apparently attempting to use nanotechnology to, in theory, take over physical bodies.
Who wants this? Who wants to touch this? Because I wouldn't with a 10-foot pole.
I didn't know it was even possible to download memories.
The crime apparently occurred in June of 2188.
Ida-kun.
That's not all. Let him finish.
Regarding this Newman, I found one more log that could be relevant. This report is from March, about 3 months prior to the other log.
Future merger of Newman and Shikishima. I don't know Newman. I don't know why I'm excited about this.
Newman Inc., the tech giant known for interlocutors, has been acquired by Shikishima through a takeover bid.
Oh.
Shikishima's CEO had this to say.
Nanotechnology has made leaps and bounds over the 22nd century.
Well, now that sounds like Ida too.
Now, even the human body can operate with all the power of a supercomputer.
Is that fluffy?
Interlocutors have paved the way for humanity's next step in evolution. For any one of us, all it takes is a thought. And we can have the world itself at our fingertips. With the brilliant minds at Newman driving our nanotech business, we look forward to a brighter future for Shikishima and all our affiliates.
With this acquisition, Shikishima now sits among the top 3 in global market share of interlocutors.
Three months prior to the Newman Inc. incident, Newman was acquired by the conglomerate Shikishima. With these interlocutors, apparently some kind of nanomachine information technology, they've become one of the world's top megacorps.
So are they trying to insinuate that it didn't happen until Shikishima came on board? 3 months later?
They kept talking about those interlocutors. You think that's the nanomachines inside our own bodies?
Most likely.
So Shikishima's at the heart of this, too. At least we know we weren't wrong. This all began in the future after all. Still, 2188. 2104 is the furthest we can shift into the future. It's a shame, but I don't think we can verify this ourselves. I think we should drop this lead for now. Better to focus on protecting Gojo-kun's hometown instead.
Maybe so. We're almost out of time, so we'll need to move quickly.
Protect? What?
Best to return to the school in the year 2064. We'll need the cooperation of the other 2 compatibles.
Goto-kun, we should focus on putting the Sentinels through the combat sims.
Combat sims. What did I say? What did I say before? They were putting them through simulations. None of them are real. Okay, I think this is starting to be where, like, my contradictions are starting to overlap. Because I was saying that, like, well, how are you supposed to train a freaking Sentinel, you know? You have to make them feel like they're actually battling in the huge situation with, like, lives at stake. And so you put them through a simulation. I mean, you could tell them that it's real, but then, like, you know, you get better results or whatever. I mean, you could set up something that's fake, but you get better results if you tell them it's real. So, I mean, potentially that can still be on the table.
I hope you can join me.
Sure.
But of course, where that contradicts is that this is also supposed to be like a loop. Final battle a few weeks earlier.
My apologies, Miss Morimura.
Oh!
Making arrangements in 1985 proved somewhat difficult.
He's talking to little baby
I'm sorry we've had
Moira.
to remain here the past few days.
Not much we can do if it's an emergency. I have to ask. Was it absolutely necessary to dress me up like this?
Does it bother you? Considering the age you appear, well,
I mean, how else is
it
she
struck
supposed
me
to
as the
dress?
most inconspicuous choice.
It's the cutest, if you ask me.
You're not having trouble walking, are you, Miss Morimura?
You should probably just call me Chihiro. Otherwise, we'll seem suspicious in public.
Okay, Chihiro. San.
Better drop the san, too.
This is painful for him. He's not having a great time.
Honestly, I'm surprised you were able to find me at all.
A certain data log helped. I found records that your mind had been transferred into the young child standing before me.
So, is that why? Is that why there's technically 2 Morimuras in 1985? And that's why he's questioning her in the beginning of his prologue. who are you? Because he knew that there was little baby Chihiro, who is the mind that he was actually looking for, and there's also the one at school. Okay, so that means we're stepping out of Renya's story real quick, because A kills Moimura, so but he doesn't kill the real one. He knows that he knows that she's a fake, right? Does A know that Moimura in 1985 isn't real? I was starting to think when they were talking about the nanomachines, I was wondering if maybe that's also the point that Megumi shoots A with the nanomachines, and that's when he starts to forget. So he kills Moimura, and then at that point Megumi kills or shoots A and leaves him there. Because, I mean, the pills were also there, so I mean, that could be part of his, like, forgetfulness. But now I'm trying to take another step further and consider when A and Ryoko were talking about how he is a prisoner and how he did some sort of crime in the future, and he's trying to stop this loop from happening. So Nurse Morimura is responsible for this. She's not actually part of the Sentinel drivers like she should be. I'm thinking that's where this is going. And then she's not actually... Okay, she's not actually that person. A knows that. A shoots her. And then A, I think, is also just shooting maybe clones and trying to keep the real ones alive. Why would he shoot Miwa? Why did he do that?
This body is a juvenile clone of me. I ran an experiment to see if I could restore my compatibility. It turned out to be a failure. That's why I sealed my memories.
This compatibility, that'd be the ability to control the gate and the Sentinels?
You need compatibility to control the mainframe. I was once compatible myself. But after everything got rewound, I lost that power.
Rewound? We're just gonna casually throw this statement out there. Everything got rewound. Sure.
Maybe it's hard for you to see how crucial that ability is. But you'll understand soon enough.
The mainframe ability?
What's going on with my actual body?
She's acting like a completely different person. My theory is that someone's taken control of her.
With
You're saying
nanomachines?
she got mind hacked?
She's clearly behaving very differently, at least. It seems like she's working against the Sentinel project.
Oh. She's working against the Sentinel project. She's giving people pills to make them forget. She's gatekeeping Juro Kurabe from Juro Izumi, because Juro Izumi knows too much, right? Juro Izumi knows too much, because like when we're in those destruction levels, y'all, Juro knows what the heck is going on.
It's like she's been influenced by 426.
Whoa!
Or the man himself may just be wearing her face.
That certainly explains why you woke me up.
Oh. So she wasn't existing in this time period.
Not much to go on, though.
Huh. Or in
Either way, we'll
1985.
have to do some more investigation. I can see it's been quite a while since my memories were sealed. 5 whole years. And now 4 sectors have gone dark. Talk about a rude awakening. First, you'd better catch me up on major developments in the last 5 years.
Easy enough. Hardly comfortable surroundings for a briefing, though.
Oh no, do it
I'll
now.
explain over in 1985.
Do it now. Wait, so did he go?
That should do it for preparations.
To that time period to pick her up?
Now,
I thought they were
let's
saying
see
they
if
were
the
already in
biometric
1985.
authentication works.
Oh god. Oh, now we're in the UFO underground, right?
This refers to the humans who can control the UFO's mainframe. Those compatible have nanomachines implanted in their bodies.
The nanomachines. The nanomachines control the UFOs, but the nanomachines came from was it Newman Inc? Slash the other company? Shikishima?
This refers to
Who's down here with me? Oh, wait. Do I need to go on the computer for anything? I have some redditing to do. This guy looks like a redditor. Start authentication.
Did it go through?
Do you have nanomachines because Megumi shot you?
Looks like that got me past the initial barrier at least.
Really? Because that looked like a bunch of
Now,
hieroglyphs to
with
me.
Miss Morimura's ID, I should be able to get into her logs.
That can't be. Okay, I was gonna say that can't be where you stop. Is someone here?
Found it. One of the logs she left behind.
Before her memory was taken.
Today's date is March 2nd, 2100. Well, I guess there's no point in putting a date to these logs. They've probably got 4 years left until the invasion begins.
2104.
I ran an experiment on my clone. I wanted to see if I could make her more compatible. I had more than enough data stored in Sector 0.
0?
She would have had all my memories. However, I could not establish compatibility in the clone. No more than I could in myself. Maybe there really is no way we can survive this. Not even Ida-kun knows about this experiment. I've kept this attempt secret from everyone. The memories I implanted in the clone have been sealed. I left her in 1940 under the Miura family's care.
Oh. You know, that makes sense because they don't have the same last name. Like I said, I thought that was like a marriage thing, but she was just left there. She's like an adoptive sister.
She'll be able to grow up as her own person. Someone separate from me.
Aww.
Until they invade, at least.
And that's future Chihiro's problem.
That methodology sounds familiar. Was she basing this project off of those memory overriding crime reports? All in an effort to achieve compatibility? So compatibility isn't just a matter of differences in the nanomachines.
So now my question, so we know that the clone of Morimura was sent back to 1940, and I was assuming that Nurse Morimura was the same as Keitaro's sister Morimura. So yeah, I guess that would mean that the clone was sent back, grew up to be the nurse?
Today's date is March 2nd, 2100.
Wait, is this the same one?
Well, I guess there's no point in... I had more than enough to... However, not even eat memories. I'll be able to grow up as her own person.
There's more. This file looks like the last thing recorded.
Final log.
Ida-kun didn't make it back either. The remaining Sentinels are infected. No good to us. We're running out of options. We'll have to resort to Operation Aegis. If we go that route, we'll be risking the future of humanity itself. How do I make the call on a decision like that?
I think Ryoko does that for you, if I remember correctly.
I don't know how else she and I can survive this.
But I may have misunderstood. Operation Aegis has been added to the thought cloud. Tell me more.
Ever since the battle that ended with the Sentinels infected, Miss Morimura has been pushing this operation as one of its fiercest supporters. The final log that Chihiro Morimura left on the UFO. She speaks at length on Operation Aegis. Her goal is that he and she would ultimately survive, even at the cost of humanity's future. The question is, who is he?
I mean, that's one question, but another question is why? Why a specific person?
Oh, that's puzzling. There's a log registered under my name. As far as I know, I've never recorded anything like this.
You'll need to stop talking to your future selves in recordings.
Renya Goto speaking.
Okay, so Renya Goto is the, was it president of Newman?
Did you confirm receipt of payment? Then I'm sure you can see to the details. Am I clear? I want her dead. Any means necessary.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating.
Execute her. And stop the project. That's not my problem. It's in your hands now. Do you realize what'll happen if her project gets approved? It could ruin everything we've worked for. You know what must be done. Kill Chihiro Morimura.
Was that really me? That man was a Shikishima executive from the year
Shikishima.
2188. Is that supposed to be my future? Seems like a private communications log. The other person on the line wasn't recorded. But it's clear enough what they're talking about. That was an assassination order on Chihiro Morimura. Which I seem to have called in.
I regret the mystery file I unlocked, because what the hell? I should have unlocked the note, because I think the note was something that was a kill instruction for Morimura, because that's what A had in his hands. But this kill instruction came from, like, it was a recording. So is it the same one? Is it for the same person? I mean, who else would have been assassinated? In my brain, all of them have been assassinated, actually. Ah! No? You're joking. Protagonist with story progress at 80% or over 12. Currently at 0. I can't unlock this until 80%. Okay, I think if I go into the battles, it should tell me what my... I'm at 27%. Oh, not intense. I cannot believe that. I will not get to see... Ugh. It's the worst. Also... I don't know what to do with myself right now, because it would have been so easy to go straight into NENJI's story and, you know, wrap up all the protagonists in a little bow and get their prologues out of the way. I was really hoping for that to be the case, because it would have been satisfying to finish off this one with the last 2 prologues we need to get introduced with. But I feel like after seeing all of that, it makes the most sense to go into a little bit more of Iori's story, because Renya has a lot going on with Chihiro specifically. So if this can help kind of unpack a little bit more of that, especially because she's been talking about her dreams, and I think that they established that she sees her dreams through the eyes of Morimura. Now, is it Moimura clone, or is it actual Moimura? We have no idea. So let's go ahead and unlock this. We can now resume Aoi Fuyusaka's story. And what was going on in hers? The boy in Aoi Fuyusaka's dream that appeared before her in his robot looked just like Shu Amaguchi. So I guess that means that her last one may have been when she was on the bridge. When she was on the bridge, and then Shu or Ida gets transported back 16 years and they meet up in that timeline. So I don't know if it's gonna like pick up from there. Oh yeah, the Dreaming of Sumeri Bridge. Who looked like Amaguchi and the tank with legs is what it says at the end of it. Let's see. Oh, this is for shoes. Just kidding. Let me see Iori's. Oh, I forgot she ran into A. Whoa. Whoa, hold on. She ran into A, Sekigahara, and she had a crush on him. And she's been talking about him like nonstop. And you telling me that A shoots Moimura? That's crazy. Oh, maybe not shoots, but he potentially killed her. That is crazy. Jeez. Okay, let's go continue on. What was this one? Tomi Kisaragi looks for internal information regarding Shikishima Industries in the reference book she borrowed from the library. She eventually is able to have Miyoko Sawatari introduce her to childhood friend whose father works at Shikishima Industries. Not Captain Pompadour. Natchan's gone. Pressing the subject. Let's see. Jealousy? Okay, this one is Megumi, where she's starting to get jealous of Iori. Counting on a student ID. Sekigahara meets Iori Fuyusaka at the front gate and returns her student ID. He doesn't want Fuyusaka to know he doesn't remember her, so he pretends that he still has his memories. Okay, yeah, so this is after A wakes up next to Morimura in the alleyway. Which means before he did question mark, he probably knew what their connection was, and now he just has no idea. And now he doesn't even remember her at all, it seems. Okay, the final battle begins. Jiro Kurabe witnesses Iori Fuyusaka enter Sentinel number 15. I don't know if I saw that one before. That was like the very beginning of the game. Okay, so let's go into Iori's story and see what goes on. Too much is the answer. Iori Fuyusaka. Heading home, Keiyakocho Shopping District. You know, I need to check out her chart to see where we're even at in this one. Wait. Oh, okay, so this is a different path completely. It looks like there's... Okay, so this is gonna be a whole different scenario.
Ugh, I'm so dead. Pop quizzes suck.
2089.
That's what year it was in my dream. He said he'd gone back in time 16 years to find me. If that was a real premonition, something's gonna happen in the year 2105. That's 120 years from now. Was your grade that bad, Usami-chan? At my old school, we never had class on Saturdays.
I'm gonna go see what's over here.
Really? That sounds wonderful. Your grade wasn't so hot either, Miwako. Usami-chan? What's up, Iori?
Huh? I hate test 2 and never mind.
Did you tank the math test too? Those formulas put me right to sleep.
Everything puts you to sleep, growth up.
So you got an F?
Oh!
No! It was close, though. Don't worry, Iori-chan. You're good in other subjects. Can't we
Miwa!
stop talking about this? I was going to study last night, but then I turned on the TV.
What did you see?
Ugh, I'm so dead. Was your grade?
Uh-oh, wait.
We never had class. Your grade wasn't so hot.
Oh, I got stuck.
This school gives way too many tests. I thought it'd be easier here, not harder. What school did you go to?
Oh,
Miwa-chan.
wait, no, I wanted to hear her lie.
Yes?
Hear her lie. What were you watching?
What were you watching? A special on Halley's Comet. It's coming next year.
Oh.
Oh, I wanted to see that too.
They're also into the
The
space.
next one won't be for another 76 years. A once-in-a-lifetime encounter. It feels so romantic. And that's how you blew off your studies. It sounds quite different from ours. Actually, it's, you know, pretty similar.
She's a
This
terrible
school gives
liar.
way too many tests. I thought it'd be easier here, not harder.
What are we gonna find?
What school did you go to? It sounds quite
Miwa?
different from ours.
Tomi?
Actually, it's, you know,
A giant UFO buried underground. Was it a premonition?
Oh, that's crazy.
Maybe Natchan's getting to my head. Once she starts talking about UFOs, you'll never hear the end of it. Gotta love her, though. Every day, I have strange dreams. They keep me up at night. So sleepy. Whenever I think about him, my heart starts racing.
Girly,
It's
that's the
like love at first
adrenaline
sight.
of him trying to murder
If I
you.
said that, would he laugh at me? Miwa-chan's my good friend. She's gentle, kind, loves talking about romance, even though she's...
Are we getting food? Let's go.
You know that bakery? Their hot dogs are so good. If we're talking about meat, I could really go for some Nikuman. Oh yeah? Let's get both.
Okay.
Which do you want,
You're gonna
Iori?
make me choose.
Me? Gotta be hot dogs, right? They make them fresh each day. Warm sausage wrapped in a slightly sweet bun. Nikuman are amazing. So what's it gonna be? Nikuman? Hot dogs?
Oh my god, I can't
Every bun
choose
has a
between
perfect
both of
balance
them.
fluffy bun and so what's it gonna be? Nikuman? Hot
Oops.
dogs? Gotta be
Nikuman hot
right?
dogs?
They make them fresh each day.
We're gonna choose
Warm
Miwa
sausage
first.
wrapped in a
Chilly
slightly
today.
sweet bun.
Perfect time for Nikuman.
Alright.
We'll get your hot dog next time. Mostly because I have no choice, but...
That deli's Nikuman are huge.
Those are so big.
And so warm. Time to taste test.
So juicy. The dough's so chewy and light.
Feels great to bite into.
The stark difference of me unraveling the whole mystery
Good
of
idea for a date. Just buy 2 of these.
like Renya Goto and like multiple time skips and them just eating Nikuman in the street.
Stuff them in your shirt, and bam! Instant Morimura.
Girl.
Give it some thought.
Instant
Burn
Morimura.
yourself.
Oh my god.
Oh, by
Yo,
the
she didn't have to flame her by
Speaking of
that.
TV shows, I saw a real weird one the other night. It was from the Explorer series. What is that?
Usami-chan.
Huh? What's up, Iori?
The Explorer
It's
series.
a popular segment on Weird Wednesdays. Last week it was...
Terrible Tales of the Massive Mummy. The Amazon's underground secret. I think that was the name.
Yeah, something like that.
The mummy was so fake. Who believes that stuff? Wait, why do you know so much about it? Do you watch that show?
More like Natchan wouldn't stop talking about it.
Oh.
Can we go find her? We know she's still missing, right?
That one. I watched the whole damn thing, but it left me with more questions than answers. Yeah, it's always like that.
I know they're
So
just
you
like
know it?
chatting, but I just want to listen to
The boys in
them.
class were talking about it. I usually watch the music show in that time slot.
Today's top hits remind me of old times.
Old times?
Old times?
These days, music is trending more towards pop. I think it's pretty different from before.
Huh? Oh, right.
Tomi has no chill
Miwa-chan. Yes?
about the music.
Well, lately, I've been getting into idols.
Oh yeah, the one who looks like
Miwa's
Taniguchi-kun?
so cute.
Yes! And also, there's a female idol I like a lot too.
Tell me about her.
She's so cute and has a wonderful voice.
Oh, is she that really popular one?
Yes! She's coming out with the record soon. Maybe I'll buy it.
Dang, you're really into idols, huh?
You might like her too, Sami-chan. Are you pretty into music, Usami-chan?
Kinda. I'm more about singing than listening.
Wow, you can sing? What kind of songs? I'm curious now.
She
Well,
doesn't know any music.
It's kinda hard to explain.
Is it foreign music?
Oh my
Not
god.
exactly.
Y'all, it's just
I don't get it.
so
Can't just say it doesn't
interesting.
exist yet.
Oh my god. Tomi. It's so interesting because, like, I can't remember at what point we unlocked Iori's this section. I'm pretty sure it was right after we did her first storyline. And I wouldn't have known by that point that Tomi came from the future, I don't think. And so, like, I don't know. It just, I'm so glad to have the context, but can you, I can imagine how much I would have been freaking out at her saying all of this. I would have been like, Tomi, where did you come from?
Ah, nothing. Don't worry about it.
Why are you being like this?
Sorry, Miwako.
What do I have to get them to say?
The best cure for the blues is goodies.
Are we gonna eat again?
sits at the desk in front of mine. She has red glasses. It's true. I might put on weight.
You know that bakery? Their hot dogs are... Yeah?
Oh, what? Oh, that one.
Today's top hits remind me of old times.
Old times?
What am I
Really?
missing?
These days, music is trending more towards pop. I think it's pretty different from before.
Huh? Oh,
Are you pretty into music, Usami? Wow, what kind of... Well,
it's kind of...
is it... Not exactly.
Hmm.
I don't get it.
nothing. The best cure for the blues is
Okay.
goodies.
We're gonna try prompting going to the
True.
bakery.
I might put on weight.
You know that bakery? Their hot dogs.
If we're talking about meat,
Mm-hmm.
I could really go...
Let's get both.
We will. We will get both. I'm on board.
Oh, by the way, speaking of TV shows,
No.
I saw a real weird one the other night.
Yo,
from the
y'all. What am I
Explorer
missing
series.
here?
What is that?
We've considered everything.
Oh, that one.
I watched
Didn't
the
really
whole
tell
damn
us
thing,
anything.
but it left me with more.
Yeah, it's...
So you.
I
Yeah, I have to go get a hot dog.
usually watch the music show in that time slot.
Should I reset?
The best hits. You know that bakery?
I might...
Their hot dogs are so good.
If we're
Oh, but we also don't have an ending for
talking
this
about
yet.
meat, I could really go for...
Oh yeah. Which do you want to your me?
Here you go.
Gotta be hot dogs. So what's it gonna be?
Mikumon?
Hot dogs? They make them fresh each day.
I'm with Usami-chan. Let's eat hot dogs.
Yes.
And Viva doesn't even complain. She's like, we didn't get what I wanted, but I'm just happy to be here.
That was a cute bakery. Right? Let's eat before it gets cold. Yeah. How...
Do I need to have both of the
What sauce is that?
foods
It's
to
kinda
get to the end of
spicy.
this chart? Yo,
It's
what's going
chili
on?
sauce. Yum.
kick. I'm not a kid anymore. Gotta be mature to handle this stuff.
Mature hot dogs.
Usami-chan, you've got chili sauce all over your mouth. You look sleepy again.
Yeah, because I just had so
Are
mini
you doing
carbs and
okay?
meats with sauce.
I'm fine.
Of course he's gonna need a
Something
nap.
happened? I told you, remember? Iori-chan collapsed in the science room. I was still at school, so I took her to the nurse's office.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me that.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, thanks for coming with me. Goto-senpai really saved the day. He carried her there in his arms like a princess. I could hardly believe my eyes. That's the shocking part. Ever since that day,
So dead.
I can't stop thinking about him.
We're still talking about
Was
A?
it all just a dream?
In the science room that day. What? What? What happened?
And that about does it for the sweeping.
Cleaning duty. But Juro was here, wasn't he? Is this not the beaker day?
Good going, Kurabe-kun. Something wrong?
The door won't open.
It's locked.
Goto-senpai gave me a keyring, but none of these seem to open the storage room.
Well, that's a problem. What do we do with all the equipment?
I guess just leave it.
We can't do that. Well, I guess I'll get the key from the teacher's lounge. You can go back to class, Kurabe-kun. I'll take care of the rest.
Sorry about that.
Hey, no worries. Good job today.
She's in the same grade as me, but she talks like she's my older sister.
This building is so old. And so quiet. It's kind of creepy.
Are we in the old building? Wait, what?
Storage key. Storage key. There we go. Now I can put stuff away. Huh? Who's there? Kurabe-kun?
The way everyone just keeps jumping time around her. Can they only do that when she's around? I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
I get it.
the
You're trying to
gates.
surprise me, right?
And we saw that they
Right?
used
on.
this one in
This isn't funny.
Renya's.
Just come out, okay?
But what about the shrine?
What the? No one's here. It's so bright. What's going
She's
on?
jumping. No, she has to have something to do with the jumping when she's around.
Looks like you've come to.
I'm so glad you're okay, Yuri-chan. Miwa-chan. You were lying on the floor.
Completely unconscious. How do you feel?
Are you all right?
Senpai. Huh? Don't push yourself.
You should stay in bed.
I'm okay.
God, they look the same. They look the same.
How did I get here? Goto-senpai found you. He carried you all the way here. He did what?
Now, can we talk about these papers about Juro Izumi? No?
The burning city. Were you there too, Senpai?
I don't know what you're talking about. You had collapsed in the science room.
Huh? The science room? while you were in there, how do I say this? Did you see any weird flashing screens? Anything like that?
No. There was nothing of the sort. A dream. That's all it was. I'm sure.
A dream? Miwa-chan, I saw it. The burning city from my dreams. Another nightmare? No. I was actually there.
Which one of the years would that have been?
Let's calm down, Yuri-chan. It was just another dream.
A dream?
I guess we'll find out. Recall.
There's no way. It was real. And I saw... him. He was there. At the burning city.
Be chill, y'all. Be chill. Renya with the over-the-shoulder look before the transition. The place for my dreams. Destroyed city.
What is this place? It's destroyed as far as the eye can see. Just like the place I saw in my dreams.
This is the one that Natsuno traveled to. This is the one where Jiro shoots them.
I see someone. Hey, oh, you're...
The prisoner.
No sudden moves.
Oh.
Is that a gun?
Who are you?
God, how confusing must it be for you to have a crush on someone that you barely know, and then this happens in your dream?
I'm Iori Fuyusaka.
I know that much.
Huh? How do you...
Who ordered you to come here?
Ordered? I just saw a flash in the science room. And the next thing I knew, I was here. Wherever this is.
You really don't know? This is Ashitaba City. In the year 2065.
The future? No way.
If the gate reacted to her, she must be one of the 15. And that's not all.
15? The game is called 13 Sentinels, eh? Did you not get the memo? 15. Okay, so Okino would be 14. Who the hell? Who's the 15th? Who else have we seen drive? No, that would be Iori also, right? Oh, goodness. Yeah, Okino we've definitely also seen in a Sentinel.
She unlocked the gate. A locked gate can only be opened with Morimura's ID.
So it is because she's walking around. She is opening these gates.
It's as I suspected.
Oh.
Iori Fuyusaka is the real Chihiro Morimura.
Iori Fuyusaka is the real Chihiro Morimura. Okay. Oh, okay. But we saw Chihiro, baby Chihiro, whenever Renya picked her up. Did he pick her up from 2025? So that's the real her? She has her memories in Iori. Because I thought he had said something about going to 85 and then picking her up and then they went to 25, but maybe not. And yeah, so the nurse is a clone. Does Renya know that though? Oh yeah, he does, because he picked up baby Chihiro, but we don't know at what point he figured it out. I don't think. He asked her in the science room, who are you? But yeah, we don't know in context of this, specifically when they meet again in the science room. You know? It must have been because of this. Potentially.
Morimura? You mean our teacher? How was the city destroyed?
We're safe at this distance.
What is that?
The Deimos.
From the kaiju movies?
Not a bad comparison.
Oh gosh.
But this one's a machine.
Those things appear in droves. Hell-bent on destroying the world.
He looks like a little dinosaur. This is Jurassic Park, actually.
Before long, they'll take over our very own town.
Wait a minute. How do you know so much?
Oh my god,
Don't get the wrong
unhand me.
idea. I saw it in a dream.
A dream?
That monster was wrecking the city. And it was coming for me. I ran for my life. There were other dreams, too. People talking about monsters.
So it was in A's story. Wait,
Maybe
okay.
they weren't dreams after all. That's right. We lost the fight and ran away. A monster was chasing us. And the person with me was... Koto-senpai. When did I get so obsessed with boys? They keep showing up in my dreams.
So real. Did not expect so much boy talk in this game. Boy interest, I should say.
My dreams have been so strange lately. So I've been thinking, maybe they're premonitions.
What are your other dreams like? What sort of dreams are you having?
UFO ones? He's gotta know about this one.
In one dream, after the city was destroyed, I wound up underground inside a big UFO. In another one, I escaped to the past all by myself. Were those all real?
Morimura told me the same stories. Dreams, huh?
Who are you?
Wait, do you hear that?
No, I didn't. I want to hear who you are. I want to hear...
Shit. They found me.
What? Maybe that's not BJ.
There's no choice. Come with me.
Huh? Okay.
I feel like she's gonna get pulled back. Who is this? Is that a Sentinel?
It's too late.
Who is that? Whose is that? Was it Renya's?
Sekigahara got away.
Did you find Sentinel number 8?
Yes. It had been taken over by the Deimos.
I suppose it's risky to send units out autonomously. I'll restore manual control to number 8. Go ahead and shut it down for now.
By the way, we had a surprise visitor. A Sekigahara.
He's in this sector.
Unfortunately, he got away. And not only that, can you see her? She's a student from Sector 4. Could he have brought her here? She looks familiar.
Come on, Renya.
Same class as Kisaragi, I believe.
In any case, bring her back.
Is he not realizing that he's a Chihiro clone? Or I guess she's not a clone. That's actually her. Ayori who left through time. Okay, so that means we finished this whole chart. 57%. Yo! I gotta say, seeing them like filled up like this is very satisfying. Okay. So now let's think about this for a second. So earlier I was saying it was interesting that A went after Morimura and Iori liked A after they ran into each other, and she's been thinking about him this whole time. But now it seems that after this scene, he figures out that Morimura is a fake, is a clone, and Iori is not, and that's the real Chihiro Morimura, who's taken a new identity. So that's potentially why he goes after her. But I feel like in his paper, hold on, I think we actually have that envelope unlocked. Do we? Oh no. And of course we don't have any mystery files. What do we do? Okay, I think this is the one that had the hit out, and it said to kill Morimura. So what if he did it with the knowledge that that's not the real Morimura and it's a clone? Also, the person talking to Renya, I feel like was probably also the real Chihiro Morimura, not the clone, in the future. Okay, and so now we have the situation where for some reason Nurse Morimura is taking these clones. But for what? Is it because these clones can also call the Sentinels? No, they can't. Because it's the real people. It's the clones that are the problem. Maybe maybe Jiro doesn't have a clone. Maybe they are just wiping his memories. Oh no. Oh no. Potentially, maybe Jiro Izumi is the real one and Jiro Karabe is the clone. I hate when they add in a new like concept to the game where it's like androids are a thing, clones are a thing, time travel, and it's like, oh my god, there's too much. It could be anything because there's just so many possibilities with all of these like moving parts going around. Okay, but the other thing that I wanted to check out was take a look at destruction. Specifically, okay, they said number 8. And I never know if like them saying the numbers of the Sentinels actually become important, but I feel like it's something that I want to have in the back of my head. No. Okay, so is number 8 potentially one of the other 2 that we're not sure about? Because they said, God, A said 15 people. Interesting. Okay, and I also wanted to see, I don't know if I can actually see what this looks like, but their specific what's it? They're Sentinels. Although I didn't really pay a lot of attention to this, but I thought each of their Sentinels were actually unique. But now looking at them, I don't think they are. I think it's just basically based off of what kind of Sentinel it is. And that's okay. It would have been really cool if they each had one that was a little different. Because I was thinking that each one had one that looked interesting because, or like different from each other, because Keitaro said that Juro's look different, but I guess knowing what we know now, it's probably because Keitaro was a 3 and Juro was a 2. So I think that's just why he was saying that. So ever since then, I had been thinking that they were each unique to the characters. So we'll scrap that now. All right, and there's one other thing that I found of interest last time in like the past few segments, but I was thinking about Juro's death specifically, and how A was telling Megumi that he was a good companion and he was going to mourn his loss. And I thought that meant that he actually was feeling bad about what he needed to, like how he was trying to kill or stop the time loops and by shooting everyone. And so I was wondering if that also meant that maybe that was the actual Juro that had died. the actual Juro died, and then... But potentially A and Juro started working alongside with each other to help get rid of all the clones. Because that's kind of what I'm thinking A's doing right now. He's was supposedly a prisoner. I'm also thinking that it's possible, I don't remember if I haven't said this yet because there's so much going on. I was also thinking that it was possible that A was not the prisoner from the future. It was potentially Ryoko. It was potentially Ryoko because Ryoko made the confession on her tape to herself that she was trying to end the time loops, and so she did something drastic, and then she says to herself, I killed humanity or something, or I like ended everything. So potentially she was prisoner 426 and A was taking the blame for it, because the way that he said, oh, someone left behind foolish evidence, that sounds weird. Like, that sounds like he's like, oh, you caught me, good one. But like he wanted to get caught or something. He wants to take the fall to protect Ryoko, because it seems like he had some sort of interest in her, or like he wanted to protect her. So maybe, okay, I'm building up even more from this. Maybe he is trying to keep, once he identifies who the real ones are, he's trying to keep those people safe. And so maybe he knows that this is the real Ryoko, and so he was trying to make sure that nothing happens to her. And now he knows that this is the real Chihiro Morimura, so he's going to lead her on, make her think that he cares for a certain reason, but he's just trying to keep the original drivers alive. And so maybe at some point that's what all this is also going to lead up to, is that we need to kill off all of the clones so that the loop can actually end. Once the clones are gone and then they finish off this final battle, then there won't be any more. There won't be any more time loops. There won't be any more jumping. It'll just be the original 13. But then who are the extra 2? Oh my gosh. Okay. Listen, that sounds... There's a lot going on there, but I feel like that's not too out of the question, right? And at some point, Juro dies. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to this. When Juro dies, number 17... they make that comment, but 17 was actually Keitaro, wasn't it? I'm scared. What if they say that someone that we've been watching this whole time and we think is like one of the originals is actually a clone of someone else? Oh, 17 is Natsuno. But Natsuno... okay, table that, because I think I'm misremembering something. I was thinking about when they went up to this Sentinel 17 the first time, they said it died. Oh, but I was thinking that it was something to do with BJ. Because BJ gave the Sentinel to Natsuno, that's what she thinks. But it might have been hers the entire time, actually. I was trying to really keep on one story. Like, the way we only watched Iori's little, like, 10-minute scene, and it made me branch out into, like, basically every other character. Oh my god, it's a mess out here for real. Alright, so we're still gonna work our way to try to unlock NENJI, and now I'm kind of worried that you're gonna give me 2 more protagonists that I have to learn about. But listen, one thing at a time. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of probably false things that I have said. But listen, the red string, it's going all over the place. We're not giving up until we get them to their right connections.